So I've been losing my mind waiting for Persona 3 Reload to come out. What do I mean by losing my mind? I've been playing Overwatch ranks nearly every day for a couple of hours. And with this just immense amount of time that I've been shoving into Overwatch, like seriously, I've been playing more Overwatch within the last week than I've been playing within the last 6 months. It's brought a few things into my mind that I kind of want to talk about. But there's one in particular I want to talk about, which is, does Overwatch 2 even have a design theory anymore? I welcome you all to the Overwatch 2 hero design issue. So let's clarify a couple of things. If you don't care about the clarifications, just skip forward, but don't get mad at me in the comments if I say something you don't like. So, 1. I'm not talking about the leaks for the new patch that came out the other day. I don't care, because there's nothing to verify those at the moment, and I'm not paid enough to talk about those anyway. And 2, this video is going to be coming from the perspective of a player who enjoys Overwatch for both its competitive side and its casual side. I absolutely love diving the enemy backline in quick play with my buds as Reinhardt. However, that does not change the fact that I also really used to enjoy, and even kind of still currently do, I really like the competitive aspect of Overwatch. Team play and teamwork, whenever you do get that one game where everyone's on the same page, is so incredibly fun and rewarding. I'm not cracked at Overwatch. My peak in Overwatch 1 was 3.7. My peak currently, as I'm recording this, is Masters 1. I've been trying to get into GM just to make little 13-year-old me who got Overwatch for the first time happy again, because he decided that's what his goal was going to be. I'm not some cracked player or anything of the sort, but I'm not exactly your average Joe. I'm not the kind of person down in Plastic 5 who doesn't notice a diva staring straight in front of him. So what I'm trying to say is, I'm not a complete idiot with what I'm talking about here, but there will be some people who think that I am, and to be fair, they wouldn't be that far off. Either way, my whole point of this spiel is because I'm good enough at this game to be considered above average, and I enjoy it for both casual and competitive sides, I think I can deliver a good enough argument as to a couple issues that I find with Overwatch's hero design, because really there's a lot to discuss. Now this is called the Overwatch hero design issue, but this isn't a video just dedicated to shitting on Overwatch, alright? I've got better things to do in my time. I love Overwatch, that's why I'm making this video. You don't play a video game for over like solid 2,000 hours if you don't love it. I used to love this game with a burning passion, and it just slowly fizzled out over time because of Blizzard and the devs and blah 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 blah. But I still, like I just said, really love this game, and this video isn't coming from some kind of malicious place to shit on the game to get views. I'm not trying to do something like that. I'm trying to bring up genuine points that I think could make the game better, or at least discuss why the game's kind of having problems over the last while. And by the way, all the footage you're seeing was recorded live on Twitch, which is why you also see a little dog in the bottom right corner. So, yeah. But anyway, as we all know, Overwatch was originally designed as a 6v6 game and eventually centered around the 2-2-2 composition. What I'm getting at is 32 of total 39 characters, 40 including Venture, who's yet to be released, were designed with 6v6 in mind. Fast forward to Overwatch 2, and your extra tank is axed, and this alone completely altered everything. One tank per team meant there wasn't another tank to cover up their weaknesses or amplify their strengths. We all remember comps like Rein Zarya, Diva Winston, Orisa Hogg. All these tank duos with their own synergies were just erased. Now, I'm not here to argue over 5v5 versus 6v6, that's a different discussion, but there's more to losing a tank than this. Let's take a look at someone who's become a problem character to the point of receiving so many nerfs her Overwatch 1 version points and laughs. Ana. Sleep is reduced against tank, anti lasts for a shorter time, anti has a longer cooldown. All of these nerfs delivered to Ana because she became so powerful with the lack of a second tank to cover for the other. Now look, these nerfs were obviously needed, but my point is that Ana became such a problem because her Overwatch 1 design wasn't changed, got shoved into an entirely new game, and was just left to cause havoc. Zen is another example. If Discord is removed from a target, it can't be placed on the same one for a short time. Why? Because it was stuck on the tank 24/7, making them take so much damage they were getting fucked backwards, sideways, diagonally, and through the roof. Again, the natural solution to this was the existence of a second tank, either through them applying enough pressure that the orb couldn't stay on one target the whole time, or being able to outright cleanse it depending on the character. My point is, a lot of the old hero designs become problems with the lack of a second tank, be it because dumping everything on the solo tank is the best play, or the lack of a second tank to apply pressure lets them dick around for free. and the Overwatch 2 hero designs that are coming in, which are naturally built around 5v5, I don't think any of these haven't had problems on release. Sojourn was one-shotting people across the map before it even got nerfed once, to still one-shot with a mercy damage boost, which became its own separate issue that I've already had, I'll link it below. Kiriko? Name one person who isn't Plastic 5 or delusional that an AoE invincibility that heals and cleanses is fun to play into. Junker Queen? You just heard everything I said about Ana, so imagine that on an AoE damage over time ult. Lifeweaver? Well, congratulations Blizzard, you released someone who wasn't completely broken on release, but instead someone who was so incredibly weak and clunky, the man had to get reworked at such speed I've never seen in any other game in my life. Iari? Actually, I think she's pretty chill, she just needed a couple number adjustments, but when you have a solid 5 straight patches of number adjustments, I think an issue was somewhere present. And Mauga, oh Jesus, this motherfucker. By far, he was the worst designed hero that has ever been released. There were people genuinely going from bronze to GM one-tricking him. It was a repeat of release Brig. If you were losing, you locked Mauga. If you were winning, you locked Mauga. If you weren't sure what tank was best, you just locked Mauga. I don't know how many of you play League, but this man is the definition of a stat stick. It's as if they put Dr. Mundo in the game. I was recording the audio for this and I realized I completely forgot Ramatra, and I don't even know how, considering on release they gave this man Swain ult. Yes, it has been nerfed down to 20 seconds max duration since, but on release, they straight up made it infinite. My point is, a lot of Overwatch 2 designs don't have rhyme or reason. The designers seem to go for whatever seems cool or then whatever is reasonable, which is what leads to videos like these. But for now, let me explain where I think the root of the issue lies. Cause I can't lie, I don't know how to fix the issue, but I can sure as hell point us all in the right direction of where I personally think the problem's actually starting. When designing a character, a power budget has to be assigned. And with Overwatch 2, these character budgets do not have any consistency among them. Now look, you can make the argument, okay, tank power budgets should be higher than a DPS and a support, that's fair, there's only one of them. But that doesn't change the fact that certain characters come out with just a way higher power budget than other ones have. Or they'll come out with such an incredibly low power budget that Blizzard also decides, you know what, we'll throw in a terrible control scheme just to mess with him a little bit more. Look, like I already said, I'm not going to be sitting here to discuss 5v5 versus 6v6. I have my biases, but that's for a different video. But what I will say about 6v6 is at least use the tools we had from there, Blizzard. I have not seen the experimental card in I think about a year, maybe 2 years, maybe even since Overwatch 2 just came live. I've not seen the experimental card used once. Instead, what Blizzard's doing is having release weekends where a character's out just for 2 days. That's not enough time to test a character. Even if someone plays the game for 12 hours both days, just like some kind of psychopaths actually do, they're not going to be able to find out everything possible. You need as many people as possible in a right environment. That's why you need to bring in the experimental card. Let characters be released on the experimental card for a week, 2 weeks. Just some decent length of time so people can gauge how strong they actually are, and so that we don't end up with a Mauga versus Mauga mirror every game for a solid month. Or look, like, I am sorry here, but if you don't want to go ahead and give us the experimental card, look, okay, I don't agree, but I'll live with it. Can we at least give the playtesters monitors? Because based off the bit of footage I've seen of the Blizzard playtesters, I don't think monitors were provided. You need to provide these for people, Blizzard. This is a video game. Video is in the name of it. We need to be able to see what's going on. Venture is going to be the next hero they release, a new DPS, a projectile one at that, which I'm very happy about personally. But I'm praying that Blizzard doesn't fuck this one up. If we can get at least one release where they don't become the meta for God knows how long, I'd appreciate it personally. I don't know exactly when they're slated for release. I believe it's next season. We'll find out anyway. This video was unfortunately a bit more ranty than usual, and I am sorry about that. I know a lot of people, at least even myself personally, I'm not a big fan of watching videos like these unless they're good and they've actually got some decent informative size instead of just someone rage baiting about whatever the hell. But I digress. I think a good chunk of any saltiness in my voice is probably just from playing versus Roadhog, Soldier, and Mercies every game of solo queue that I've been playing. I should probably stop realistically, but this is where we are anyway. So please, tell me yourselves, what do you think about Overwatch 2's hero design? Do you think it should really be dialed back? Do you think it should actually have some different changes that will end up making characters stronger? I'd really want to find out why if that is the case, but tell me yourselves. I won't deny, I do enjoy playing a lot of these new characters, but it doesn't change the fact this is a multiplayer game. If it's not fun for both sides, at least at some point during the game, people aren't going to be enjoying it no matter what. But anyway, that's me done for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you're still here, drop a like, sub, blah blah blah, all the other YouTube stuff, and I'll talk to you next time, lads.